Well, hello there, Gemini. How are you? It is so good to see you again. I'm Mary Sue, and I'm so grateful that you're here. So today we are doing a general tarot reading. We'll take a look first at the overall energy with the oracle cards, and then we'll go to the tarot for more details about any obstacles on your path or advice that Spirit has for you. And this message is good for when you find it. So whenever that may be. So let's take a look first at the overall energy. Infinite abundance. Abundance is pouring into your life, and chameleon spirit, act as if. Okay, there's this energy, and as I remember, Gemini, you had this act as if. Chameleon spirit, I don't know, was it like 2 months ago? And it's the number 14, and 1 + 4 = 5. 5 is all about changes, right? And there was a message that came out in it, as I remember, that there was changes that you were wanting to make. There were changes that you had been working on for some time, even, literally pretending that those changes were, trying to manifest, trying to visualize, trying to pretend that the changes were already in your life. This is the energy. This is coming out as if, seriously, the abundance is pouring in, and you may not see it, but the reason that it's coming in this way, it's kind of like, it's coming in, oh my goodness, it's coming in like a chameleon. It's coming in, how do I explain that? It's coming in like in a way that you don't even expect it. Okay, it's coming in camouflaged. It's coming in, what is it? Stealth, right? It's kind of like coming in that way, in a way that you are not expecting it. In other words, it's coming in a different fashion than what you thought it was going to come in. So let's put it this way. The way I'm seeing this is maybe you have been working really hard on your career, right? And so you have been putting time in, and using all your visualization techniques, really trying to manifest, making a plan, sticking to your plan, whatever this is, you've been acting as if this abundance is coming. And I think that that's the key here is you've been just trying to attract in abundance. But let's keep in mind, abundance isn't necessarily abundance in just financial stability or wealth, right? It can come in the sense of joy, fulfillment, happiness, and love. And the energy that I'm getting here is that it's kind of like these people are working to harvest, right? They're harvesting, they're working together. And I think that you have been working really hard. But what you're going to understand is that your hard work in perhaps your career or some other sector of your life suddenly brings in this abundance of something else besides just what you have been working on. So if you've been working on trying to bring in an abundance of wealth, all of a sudden this abundance comes in a little bit of a different way. Perhaps other people to work with, or a new romantic partner, or just this sense of true fulfillment. You could have been trying to work towards money, and then all of a sudden you realize, oh my goodness, there's more to this than just the fulfillment of money. The other thing is that I feel like some of you have really been trying to put routines or healthier habits into your life. And it's kind of like, I've noticed this in my own life. Like you put a lot of time or energy into eating healthier or trying to get your 10,000 steps a day or something. Like you make a small change because remember, chameleon spirit, the number 5, it's making change. But I think you maybe made a small shift, a small change in your life, okay? Maybe that was setting an intention at the beginning of every day or meditating for just 5 minutes. You've made some small shift, some small change, but it's coming in a lot of different ways. It's changing your life, not just in one aspect of your life, but all of a sudden you're seeing it's coming in a lot of different avenues. And you know what, Gemini, you don't even see this coming. You really and truly don't. That is the energy that I am getting. Yeah, this is expanding and balancing out your life after so much of a long time of feeling orphaned, alone. Like that you don't have people to work with, right? whether that is family, friends, soul tribe members, people that understand you, people that get you, right? That's been in your energy for some time. You have had this energy of feeling alone, of feeling like you don't have people that help to bring this emotional balance to your life. And now all of a sudden things are shifting, and it's because you just kept trying, you kept at it. You knew that you couldn't go back to what you had before, okay? So whether you left a relationship, a career, a city, it doesn't matter. You made some change, or you were forced to make some change in your life, right? And for some time you have had to kind of like almost act as if you believed, okay? And you've been making these little tiny baby step changes, like not really, I mean, it is kind of interesting just walking. Maybe you haven't been very active, maybe you've been feeling kind of sad, and you haven't been able to have the energy to really exercise or put forth a lot of time, get moving around, and you decided, I need to break out of this. I need to make some change. And so maybe you started just focusing on walking 10,000 steps a day. And all of a sudden you're recognizing there's other changes occurring in my life. All of a sudden I have more energy. Oh, I'm walking, and I'm walking outside, and I'm meeting some of my neighbors or something like that. Or, oh, I'm recognizing that I'm able to kind of like enjoy the sunshine or the trees, or converse with the animals, right? The birds, whatever it is. There is this energy of balance coming into your life. And it's really because, I'm not saying that you haven't been working really hard because I know you have. It's not that you haven't been working really hard on your career or something like that. But I think you weren't getting something out of your career or some project that you were working on. You weren't getting the results that you wanted. And part of it was you may have recognized, I don't have this sense of balance in my life, right? I'm working on my career, but I have nothing going on in my relationship sector. Or I've been working on my career, but oh my goodness, my body is falling apart, right? Recognizing, wait a minute, I need more balance in my life. This is absolutely gorgeous. The energy that you put in, even if it was just a baby step, to find more balance in your life, okay, is shifting your life in such a dramatic way. And you may not recognize it at this time, but it's bringing abundance. And you see, there's 3 women there, right? And the energy I'm getting is that it's kind of like you may have been concentrating on what is in the tarp here, right? What am I collecting? And you could have been focusing on money or one aspect of your life. But what you're understanding is that in order to keep the money, okay, you see, and I think they're collecting apples here. So in order to keep the apples together and not rolling around on the ground, you had to find some balance in your life, in your physical body, okay? Maybe your mental health, your spiritual aspects, your relationships, understanding that you had to make a little bit of a tweak and find the sense of balance in your life, and finding the sense of balance, even if it was just a baby step, and starting to make a little change in one of those areas that you weren't balanced in, okay, all of a sudden, everything kind of starts coming together for you. This is really kind of exciting because I think it changes the way that you approach life from this point forward. So let's go to the tarot. Let's see what we have here. Yeah, your present energy. Here you are. You're trying to be the Empress, right? Gender doesn't matter here. It's really the Empress is the energy of learning that you don't have to do so much for other people, your career. It's not about what you're doing. It's also about how are you being? right? How are you being? What are some of the kind things that you say, not just to other people, but to yourself? How are you taking care of your mental and emotional state? What spiritual practices are you doing on a daily basis in order to have this sense of balance? Instead of getting up every morning and hitting the floor running and going to work out in the, out in the orchard and working on your career, what are you doing before you do that? I think for some of you, this is like putting into place intentions or morning routines that help you to have a better sense of balance throughout the day, to help you to see that, at some point you need to leave work and go home and have enough time and energy left at the end of the day in order to have relationships, or to stop at the gym, or to cook a really nutritious meal for yourself. It's like you put so much time and energy into one aspect, and perhaps building a business or working on your career, building your financial stability, and you were put into that position perhaps because of a tower moment previously. You lost your job, you got divorced, whatever it is. It's now like, wait a minute, I don't have to, I'm at a good place. I think you've gotten out of the survival mode, right? And now you're ready to thrive. And part of thriving recognizes that you have to have this balance in your life. You can't constantly keep cutting corners short in your health or in your spirituality or in your relationships in order to build a business, right? Because then all of a sudden you may have a pile of money, but the rest of your life is falling apart. And that's what I think you've been doing. Really, for some of you, you may have decided that you need a coach to help you to balance things out, right? With professional assistance. Or you could have gotten somebody, a friend, or even like a book or something to help you to figure out a strategy in order to have more balance. And it's not kind of like, oh, I got to go out and balance all areas of my life. I think you've been taking just these little baby steps, making teeny tiny tweaks in your life that all of a sudden impact your life tremendously. And part of it too is that I think you got to the point where you were working so hard on your career, things may not have been growing the way that you wanted them to. And you realize that part of the journey is surrendering to the journey, of understanding that when you say to the universe, I trust you, I'm going to put the work in, but I'm also going to find this balance. I don't have to work so long in the orchard. I don't have to collect all the apples by myself. I can have other people. I can either hire other people or find other people that will support me. I don't have to do it all by myself. And when you do that, it's kind of like the sense of balance comes in. Wow, really beautiful. Okay, so let's take a look at what your obstacle is. Oh, look at this. You have the 10 of Cups. You're on the journey. This is the vast universe, right? This is your spiritual path, leading you to what it is that you truly want. For some time, it could have been, I just want to have financial stability, because perhaps you lost your financial stability. So you just focused on, I just need financial stability, right? You went into that survival mode. It was like, okay, I just got to have money and feel secure and know that I'm going to be okay. But now you're kind of understanding there's more to life that you want. The 10 of Cups is not a pile of money. The 10 of Cups is the sense of abundance in all areas of your life, in your relationships, in how you feel about yourself, your physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual being, right? Taking good care of yourself, knowing that you matter, knowing that it's not just about the pile of money, it is about everything else. And it's a tricky dance, right? It's a very delicate dance of trying to have this balance in our life, and then to kind of keep coming back and tweaking it if necessary. Understanding that the plan that you have right now to bring balance into your life may change over time. where you're recognizing, when I was in my 20s, right, I could go for a jog and, the weight would fall off and it was just so easy, right? And as you get older, you realize you have to put more time and energy into taking care of your physical body, right? And it's kind of like, that's okay. Sometimes we can get frustrated that some areas of our life need more time or energy as we change, go through different chapters of our life, and other areas of our life will need less time. When I was in my 20s and 30s and had young children, they were the major focus of my life. Now they're adults. They have children of their own. And it's not that they're not part of my life, but on a day-to-day basis, they're not the majority of my time and energy. So I have more time and energy to put into other areas of my life. And I think that that's what you're kind of recognizing. Maybe the plan that you had even like 6 months ago or a year ago or even 5 or 10 years ago is needing a little bit of tweaking, right? In order to continue having this balance in your life. And that's what your obstacle is. It's about using your intuition to understand where you want to commit your time, your energy, your love, your resources. It could be that you're going through a major change in your life at this time, a chapter in your life. Your children may have left the home, or you're going from, the workplace into retirement, or, you've just had a new family enter your life. A new family member into your life, right? Things have changed. And so it's kind of like, okay, that's all right. How am I going to continue to have balance? What does abundance mean to me? The energy of abundance changes as we change too, whether what chapter we're in or our age. At some point, right, the energy of what abundance means to us also changes. And it is this energy of understanding, okay, I'm going to take a little time to reflect. What does abundance mean to me now? And how can I have this sense of balance and abundance in my life? All right, so let's go to your advice here. Yes, you have the Imagine card, okay? So this is the Aquarian energy. Okay, so let's talk about that because Pluto is still in Capricorn until the end of January. And then at the end of January, it goes direct into Aquarius. This is the end of that 15-year cycle that we have been talking about. And for the next 3 months, Gemini, just be kind and gentle with yourself and others. We're all purging some of these old mindsets, okay, or beliefs, those Capricornian energies of, I have to do all the work. The amount of money I make or my position in my job is my identity. It shows how much I am worth. We're purging those. We're understanding it's not so much about what we do, okay? It's about what energy are we bringing into the world? How are we sharing our love and light? It's not about doing, right? It's a little bit more about loving ourselves, loving the people that are important to us in our life. And it's about loving the collective. How can you serve the collective? How can you help other people on their journey? It's the energy of, it's not just every man for himself or every woman for herself, right? It's the energy of how can we work together? Because when we work together, that's the Aquarian energy. When we work together, there's a lot more enjoyment in what we're doing. And there's a lot more happiness. And there's also this sense of fulfillment when we look for ways that we can help each other. The Capricorn energy is very much a me type of energy. The Aquarian energy is much more of a we type of energy. And so these next 3 months, we're purging, we're changing, we're finding more balance in our life, right? Because it's kind of like kind of eliminating some of those energies about me and starting to look at how can I help the we. And I love this energy because, yeah, it's learning about what it is that you truly want to be committed to. I think you're changing what it is that you want to be committed to. It's not about necessarily leaving people or leaving your career. For some of you, it could be, but it's really about how can I find this balance? How can I rearrange where I'm putting my time and energy so that I can be committed to a sense of balance in my life? It's not about going and working 10 hours a day at a job that maybe you don't enjoy in order just to earn money, right? And then going home and being exhausted and not having time and energy for the people that you care about in your life, or for the hobbies, the creative endeavors that you would like to enjoy in your life, or taking care of yourself, your physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual self, right? It's about, okay, how can I shorten up perhaps my work hours? Maybe I'm only going to work 8 hours a day instead of trying to overwork myself. I'll put in the time and the energy that I need to into my career. But then after work, I'd like to go to the gym. I'd like to meet some friends at the gym. I'd also like to volunteer and give back to society in some way. And perhaps enjoy doing that, meeting other people that have the same kind of social concerns that you do. It's also about spending time with the people that you enjoy. And I think that over the next 3 months is really kind of interesting how we're recognizing that when we only focus on me, a lot of times we end up feeling orphaned. And when we allow ourselves to really kind of focus on how we can share our love, our light, our spiritual gifts, our creative endeavors with others in order to help the healing of the collective, my goodness, it's like, I think it just changes your whole nature about yourself, right? It's just such a loving and fulfilling energy that I'm getting with this. It's definitely bringing you your 10 of Cups. And it's not that you're giving up money, okay? It's not that. It's just kind of like this sense of balance. You know, it really is just such a beautiful and loving energy. All right, Gemini, wow, what a beautiful message. Okay, so let's pull a soul truth card for you for some final advice. And I do personal readings. So if you're interested, the link is in the description box below. I'd really be honored to do a reading for you. All right, let's see what we have here. Yeah, when was the last time I couldn't stop laughing or smiling? Yeah, you know what? When we just focus on work, right? And making money, or building our financial stability. And I know from reading the comments, so many of you have really had to focus on that. That has had to be a focus in your life because you lost your financial stability, or you feel like that is the key to everything, right? And I get that, but now the energy is shifting. It's definitely shifting towards enjoying life. When we laugh and we're with other people, enjoying their company, right? Looking at the good that other people bring into our life instead of feeling like, okay, love or other people only bring me heartache and pain. When we can get back into the energy of looking for the good in other people, focusing on the good within us, right? It just changes our outlook. It raises our vibration. And it helps to attract in other people that want to work with us, that want to love us, that want to be part of our universe. All right, I'm going to leave it there, Gemini. I do wish you so much love and light, and I appreciate all of your support by liking, commenting, and subscribing. And I hope to see you again really soon. Bye for now.